mic session. I've been stretching these skills, that's what got me from the mill to the PC. I remember the day John Cena told me that he could see me. He shook my hand, said I was a new face. Shared a couple things to help me navigate this new space. Told you that I'd never forget the advice that you gave. Started finding rhythm in my role, then I noticed that the groove changed. It didn't go the way that we discussed it. I had the talent but couldn't handle seeing the judgment. Then there were times I walked around and felt I needed nothing. My attitude needed readjusting. Prayed about it, God was telling me it was him that I wasn't trusting. Second time we met, I asked about a similar subject. You said failure was inevitable, but eventually it leads to a moment where you're tested and potentially redeemed. I needed that. Constantly encouraging you, always could see the math. Even when you wasn't confident that there'd be a path. Dedicated.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? All right, we've come to the time. John Cena's final match of his career. Later on tonight, he'll be taking on Gunther in the main event. Gunther won the last time is now tournament to face him in his final match. We started this journey at Elimination Chamber back in February with the heel turn on Cody Rhodes, and some people say that was a good idea. A lot of people say it wasn't. In my opinion, it wasn't. But Cena course corrected in the summer, but I just don't like how they executed, how they went about forgetting that it happened. But on the tail end of that, he had his match with AJ Styles, and I would say between that and the match with Cody, the second match with Cody, those was probably the best two matches of this final stretch. But from all the interviews he's had these past couple of days, John Cena sounds like a man who's content with all of this being over. He's seems like at this time he's 100% done. Partly because of his movie and TV commitments. A lot of it stems from, he stated in interviews, he just physically can't go like he used to. And at almost 50 years old, I wouldn't expect him to. So he says he's going to be the one that actually retires and goes away. I don't believe that, but I do believe he will be gone for a very, very long time. Like a very, very long time. I don't think this was like a cash grab or some type of boost to get ticket sales for all these shows they've had through this year. Um, in his mind, in front of his mind, I think he's done for real. Well, not for real, but for now, for the foreseeable future. He may revisit it down the line 3, 4, 5 years from now, maybe longer. Who knows? But he does have a lot of commitments, Hollywood wise. He has the Fast franchise getting ready to film again. He just got doing the Matchbox movie. Um, he'll be back in the DC universe pretty soon, either in a TV or a film project. So he does have a lot going on. But the main thing, I think his thing is he just physically can't do it anymore. Especially uh year long 100 dates or 200 dates, 300 dates a year. He just can't do it, and I wouldn't want him to. Wouldn't expect him to. Uh he's going against Gunther in the main event. I know a lot of people was hoping, throughout this journey, he would have got to face some of his other famous foes like Edge or Chris Jericho. But unfortunately, that can't happen because they're contracted with another company, AEW. Tony Khan claims he wasn't contacted at all concerning Edge being involved with this storyline. Who's to say he would even let him go if he would have? This would have been the perfect time because Edge is away right now. He was doing Percy Jackson, and he's also doing the Beekeeper too. So he could have popped in for one match. You never know. He could pop in tonight. We just don't know. But his, like I say, with the exception of a few matches here and there, I just feel like his his final storyline was not booked too well, and he claims in all his interviews, like on Joe Rogan and Pat McAfee, that he doesn't concern himself with stuff like that. He's only concerned with the future. I can respect that, but that's just, I feel like that's just him being a company man and keeping it positive for the cameras. He know it could have went better than what they did, but that's another story for another time. Um, One thing he did say about tonight, he wanted to make it not just about himself, he wanted to make it about the future, which is why you're gonna see a lot of NXT talent on this show. Mainly Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes. Obafemi is the NXT heavyweight champion. Of course, Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion. So we'll see how that goes. There's lots of other young talent that'll be on this show tonight. One thing Cena said on his interview, one of his interviews, is that he says 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, I'm just paraphrasing, that he'll be forgotten about and the show will go on. Half of that is true. The show will go on. New stars will step up and establish themselves, but that part about he's gonna be forgot about, that's just cap. That's just him being humble and, like I say, keeping it positive for the cameras or whatever. I just don't expect this to be a standard one-on-one match. I think you're gonna see a lot of surprises, a couple run-ins. I expect to see somebody tonight get involved that we haven't seen before, either in this either signed to this company or not signed to this company. You just never know. It's just one night. You don't know what they may have been able to pull off. We'll just have to see. The show started at 7 o'clock. It's 7:05 now. So Saturday night's main event has already started. And so by the time you see this, he will have wrestled his last match. Depending on when I get this footage out. Excuse me, I'm just checking my times. Um, there's chatter that he's probably going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame come April. So regardless of tonight, he's going to pop back up again probably around March or April time frame for his Hall of Fame induction. Probably make a couple of appearances here and there. He said on Pat McAfee, he's still signed to the company. He signed a new 5-year deal, but that's not a talent contract. That's a ambassador legends type deal. So he'll be making appearances. Uh, he may show up. He'll do a promo here and there. He might intro a PLE or something like that. You may see him do appearances on ESPN or Sirius XM on behalf of WWE. He's more than likely gonna executive produce some projects for them. We'll see, but you will see him around. But as he claims, he's done being a in-ring competitor. He says he's not even gonna do any type of physicality from here on out, which I don't blame him. Because with him being signed to these Hollywood contracts, He's bound by uh insurance policies and stuff like that. So the last thing you would want him to do is to get injured uh on a wrestling show, and then they had to shut down that movie production. I don't know if y'all remember, the same thing happened to The Rock around the time he was filming Hercules, when he did the match with Cena and he got injured, tore his abductor muscle and had to have surgery, and they had to push production back of that movie. So those type of things happen. They don't want to run that risk again. So 2026, which is 2 weeks from now, we got supposedly some more retirements coming up. AJ Styles retiring. He started around the early 2000s, around the same time frame as John Cena. I think they're pretty much the same age, so he's going to be calling the quits next year. Supposedly Shinsuke Nakamura is retiring next year. Brock Lesnar, I'm not going to really miss him. And Chris Jericho, who supposedly is on his way back. We'll see what happens with the Masked Man storyline that's been going on, because supposedly that's Y2J. They may swerve us, and it may be someone else totally different. You never know. But for right now, like I say, tonight, that's it. You won't. This is it. You won't see him anymore. Um, like I say, again, as a competitor. But like I say, I just think he's done for now. A couple of years of healing up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some surgeries, some physical therapy, probably do some stem cell type stuff. That's what a lot of these older guys do, because he's gonna have to maintain his body for these movies that he's doing, because he does a lot of physical roles. So he's gonna stay in tremendous shape this whole time he's away. I know Dave Bautista had his final match in 2019, and he said he was done. He hasn't been back since, so we'll see. Hell, I think he might come back tonight. You never know. But this video was not intended to be a full biography of John Cena's career. We're gonna have that coming soon on this YouTube channel. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts before tonight's event, and we're gonna be signing off. Like I say, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and suggest this YouTube channel to all your followers. We got a lot of stuff coming up soon. We're finna buckle down on our NBA coverage, since NFL football season is winding down, and college football season is winding down. So about to see the NBA coverage step up. Like I say, shutting the video down for now, and I may get back on later with another video. But I just wanted to give my brief comments before tonight's episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. Like I say, Channel 6 signing off. Like and subscribe.
You can be anything you want to be. Remember, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't do the right thing, then nothing happens. But when you do right, guess what? Good things happen.